Hi. We are going to make our second HelloFresh dinner, and it's called Fully Loaded Pork Taquitos. In the interim, we have gotten lots of constructive criticism or encouragement from our daughter Amy. So if it's better, you can give her the congratulations, and if it's not, you can't blame her. You have to just blame that we're not very good subjects and we can't take direction well. Anyway, yesterday's dinner was lovely and we really enjoyed it, but I'm thinking this one might be something that we would have tried on our own, but this is something that's nice to have everything ready. I have everything assembled here. It will give you, they call it a bust out sheet, and it'll tell you all the utensils you need, and then in the bag that it comes with, it'll give you all your ingredients. So we're going to start today, and the first thing that I need to do, Lynn, what do I need to do first?
Okay, well, adjust the rack in the middle of the oven and turn it on to 425, which we've already done. The oven is heating up. And then wash and dry all produce, which we've already done. And then we have to peel the onion and mince a few slices until you have about 1 tablespoon, or 2 tablespoons for 4 servings.
Okay. Here, do you want to give me the bag? No. Okay. So I'm going to do some thin slices first, and then I will mince.
Okay. While she's getting that ready, I'm going to get the frying pan ready, because what we have to do is we have to start cooking those onions, some of the onions that she's cooking up, and also cook the pork. So I'm going to get that, and what it's saying is you put a large drizzle of oil into the frying pan. So I'll do that now.
Does it give olive oil or regular oil?
You know, I don't know. I didn't look. I just assumed it was regular oil.
Well, the only reason I'm saying that is because it asks you to have both kinds of oil available. So
No, it just says a large drizzle of oil.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they're just talking plain vegetable oil.
I bet you're right.
And I just really don't have an idea what a large drizzle is. Think that's too much?
Well, I think you should show the camera, and we'll let our producer, when we've put this online, we'll let our producer see. I think.
Oh, I don't know if that's so much or not. It just barely covers the bottom.
That's one thing I think that if you do this with a partner, you need to maybe have some of these drizzle and a pinch things worked out, because obviously drizzles and pinches mean, you know,
different things
to different people, right? Okay. Now that's for the pico de gallo. I think that's about 2 tablespoons. So the rest of this I will put.
You can go ahead and you can put it in the oil then.
Okay.
And then it says cook those for about 3 minutes and then add the pork.
Okay. On what heat?
Medium.
Okay.
Medium high, actually.
Okay. Okay. I already think we're having a technical problem. I forgot to get my glasses.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay, and a third of a cup of water, or half a cup for 4 servings. Yeah, actually, we also have you can use that, or otherwise you can use this. A half a cup is fine, you can use that. Sometimes for smaller amounts I like to use a smaller measuring cup, but either is fine. Okay. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, I need to drizzle the tortillas with 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil and brush or rub to completely coat. I'm assuming we only do one side, so it will be the outside. And we get 6 tortillas in here, and we are going to do all of them, and I'm going to put them on the foil covered pan. I've got the olive oil, but I've also got a pastry brush that will work well. Actually, I'm going to put a little olive oil in here so I can, there. From what I can understand, you put the olive oil on, and that will help it crisp as it bakes in the oven. I love these silicone brushes because they are so much easier to clean than the old whisk type. I assume we're getting some texts because you can hear that dinging in the background. And it's either my husband's phone dings like that. I think you should put that in the other room, honey. It might be kind of disconcerting to some people or irritating. Okay, I've got them coated in olive oil, and then I'm going to wait for this mixture to be done. And we have to stir this plus a half a cup of water to season the meat. And then we will take and put the cheese in each, bit of cheese in each tortilla as we wrap it. We'll fill each tortilla with meat, a heaping 1/4 cup, it says, a filling, and then we'll put a tablespoon of cheese on each one, and we have to start rolling up the tortillas, starting with the filled sides to create the roundness, and also you want the open side down so that they don't open up when you're baking them. It says to make sure they're snug on the sheet. This will prevent them from unrolling. But I also saw that there's an extra tip that you could even use a toothpick to keep it that way. But then it did caution you to remember to take that out before serving. When we get to the end, they do talk about taking the sour cream and the guacamole and putting those together, but because my husband doesn't care for guacamole, and I do, and I can tolerate sour cream, but it's not one of my favorites, we're going to keep them separate because we think that each of us will enjoy our portions, having him with the sour cream, me with the guacamole. So we won't be putting those together like it calls in here. And it does have hot sauce too, and I'm sure my husband will add that, and a lime zest. I am going to zest some lime here. And I think that's all, the only thing we need.
Only thing we got left?
Well, I think so.
Good.
Which one do you want to put this zest the lime on?
Say what?
Oh, half the lime zest and a squeeze of lime juice. Okay. How's it going?
Good. Just,
When we have it ready to bake, my husband will be making one of his favorite drinks is a martini with extra olives, and our olives were also a Christmas present, like our bourbon cherries were yesterday, and they were from our daughter Amy, who I forgot to give credit to yesterday. Sorry, Amy. Well, I'm going to zest. Why don't we take, you wanted to zest, so let's take.
I think this is ready now.
Well,
What do you think?
well, you just, I'll put this a little more and you can zest the.
Okay.
I have to have this. You have to put that on there.
Smells
You have
good.
to simmer until thickened, along with that. I'm sorry, you know what, I didn't look to see how much zest you needed to create.
Well, that's okay. I'll just make it here and you can
Okay.
figure out how much we need.
Okay, here we go. Now you're supposed to cook this spice blend or Southwest spice paste with.
Okay. Just use a little water in that sack and rinse it out. I guess we got most everything in over there anyway.
Okay. Here, on the other side, it does say, no, it just says one lime and it doesn't tell. We do have a tomato here too that I'm gonna have. I'll be making the pico de gallo sauce. Okay. Well, it just says half of lime zest, so I'm not sure exactly how much, but I am going to get ready to cut the.
And this was until it thickens.
Yes. And I have to say it looks a lot redder here than it does there. Oh, browned. It's supposed to be browned, the pork. Well, I'm sure it doesn't matter. It looks like it's done all the way.
Yep.
Okay. One thing I've noticed with HelloFresh is the ingredients, and I'm sure I've mentioned this, seem to be very fresh, and the portions are pretty, they're enough, but not too much. So I think they've got the portions down pretty accurately for their menus. And this one happens to make 6 taquitos. As you can see that the tortilla is not, it's a small tortilla, but 3 of them is certainly a filling meal, I would think. I think if we were making it for friends, we might have some chips and guacamole or salsa too.
And maybe a pitcher of margaritas.
And a pitcher of margaritas. You notice we like to have some kind of drink with every meal. Or when we make a special meal, I should say. Okay. Now, okay, so I need to combine the tomato. And the minced onion. And half the lime zest. It does call for putting the lime zest in with your sour cream or your guacamole too. But I think I would just, personally, I probably wouldn't put the extra lime in, but there certainly would be enough if you wanted to. Let me mix that up.
Okay, I think this is just about there.
Okay, just a minute then. I've got the garnish, the pico de gallo garnish. Oh, and here, just a quarter this. So I can have a squeeze. Smells tangy. I'm going to move this over. The hot sauce you will add with your sour cream and your guacamole.
Okay, this is ready to go on.
Okay. Oh, please, wait a minute. I'm going to wipe off. I want to wipe this off. I think we can use that stuff. Okay. Now I need to put, do you have a small enough spoon? Okay, is that spoon good? It'll hold everything? Okay. Now let's, you need to put evenly distributed among the 6.
Okay.
And put it to one, they say to put it like on one side.
You mean like?
Yeah, like that, that'd be fine, yeah. But rather than all over it.
Okay.
And once you've
Which one? This one?
Oh, yeah, that definitely needs some, I think. Maybe that one. It's hard to say. I think you just have to do it.
As close as possible.
Okay, then it says to add a tablespoon, which I am using a tablespoon because I want to make sure to have enough for each taquita. Okay, do you want to recheck to make sure that we've I think this one I put less on. Okay. Now, so starting with the full side, I want to roll it. And that will, I think probably for us, it would be a good idea to take a toothpick. You want to get toothpicks out?
Okay. Oops. Just remember, take your toothpicks out.
He doesn't know I've already
I
reminded
heard you
everybody.
say that before.
But yes, especially if you've had a couple drinks before you eat, it would be a good idea. Here. There.
Okay, look at that. I've got exactly the right number of toothpicks out. Wow.
He's getting really good at this. I think the next one he's going to do by himself. And I'm going to help produce, because you know, the more women telling you what to do, the better off you are. Okay. Now, what it says, and I noticed some has kind of fallen out the ends. I'm not sure if that's operator error or it's just going to happen. Now it says that we need to bake on the middle rack until golden brown and crispy, which is about 12 minutes. So do you want to put those in? Have them on 12 minutes?
Okay.
And I've got the
Top rack.
well, it says middle, but that's, yeah, the top rack is the middle rack there.
Okay.
Okay, I think what we can do here, I'm going to wipe the counter off because the next thing we'll do is to plate it. But in the meantime, Lynn, if you want, you could get out here. I'll move this.
Wait, there you go.
Oh, you've got, oh, okay. Okay. I think it's always nice to clean up after yourself, although, to be honest, probably I wouldn't be as concerned if I didn't have all of you watching.
Okay, I've got all the ingredients out now, and like yesterday, I like my martinis on the rocks. A lot of them like them straight up, you know, in the fancy martini glass with an olive sticking in there. But I prefer mine on the rocks. And Lynette doesn't like them, but she does like the olives, so I always put in extra olives. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a London Dry gin, which I prefer, and the Kirkland gin is a very good gin and relatively reasonable price. I do like a London Dry for most things, but there's, with other botanicals in it, there's some gins that I like too, like Hendrick's. Anyway, it's a 2-to-1 mix. So 2 ounces of gin to 1 ounce of dry vermouth. And I'm not much of a connoisseur, but some people say that the vermouth that you use makes a difference. I've never really been able to tell.
But this is a pretty good brand, this martini.
This one is, yes. And then these are the olives that we received from at Christmas time from our daughter Amy. She didn't.
Did you set the
she
timer?
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
forgot it.
That's okay.
She said we didn't give her enough credit yesterday, so making sure we're getting all the credits in that we can.
But Elizabeth, we're still thankful that you got us a free weeks of HelloFresh because we really enjoyed it.
And as I was saying, these olives are, let's see, what are they? What are they called here? They're vermouth packed olives and Jack Ruby olives.
Okay.
And some people prefer a dirty martini, which is a little bit of olive juice in there. And so that's all that's to making a gin martini, as opposed to a lemon drop martini.
Which we will do next month when we get our monthly box of HelloFresh. Those are a favorite of mine. Well, we are going to turn off the camera for now because it's just going to be, cook, and we really don't do anything special with drinking. We just drink. Not my favorites.
And we're off.
Okay. Okay.
No, we're not.
We're not off. Operator error. Sorry.
Go.
Well, we're back, and there. Look at such great timing. If you hear that beeping, that means we're done. My husband's going to take them out. This, by the way, made 6 of them. I think I mentioned that. So 3 of these is a great serving. And probably for me, it'll be enough for today for dinner and tomorrow for lunch. But whatever, it's certainly enough for anyone as far as the serving goes. Okay, do you want to bring it over here and we'll plate it?
Okay, I gotta get another hot pad here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, be right there. A couple of these might have gotten a little bit darker, but we are going to take out the, which aren't that easy to come out. There. It said 15 to 18 minutes, and I think we really kept it at 15, but they're crispy. Okay. Oh, you took out the...
I took out this.
Okay. And my husband hates to leave anything in the pan. So some of the things, some of the... Oh,
Including toothpicks.
yeah, well. And I will put those on his plate, even though it might not be exactly what you want to see. Okay, now what we need to do is I'm going to garnish mine with guacamole. He's going to garnish his with sour cream. Although the recipe says to mix those two together. One of the things that's nice about HelloFresh is that these things are separate, so for different people's taste, whether it's less spicy, more spicy, or a certain condiment. Half of them are yours, so. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just take a little bit here.
Okay.
And you can take what you want, and we've always got some more.
And this was the lime zest, lime juice, tomato, and minced onion. Oh, then this is a packet of hot sauce, about the size of a packet of ketchup. I'm not putting any on mine, but my husband, of course, loves it on his. Okay, our producer said it's important. Can you please look at the at our camera that we show off?
It doesn't show up.
No, honey.
Huh?
Look at.
Well, that's what I was
Sorry,
looking at.
yeah. When I said.
And she hasn't been drinking, but
I know.
have.
I know. The thing is, no, he did exactly as I asked. But I meant is look at the camera to tell Amy, or we can see whether we're showing off the plated food. But it's always good to see you too.
So, what do we say now?
Buon provecho,
Good.
which is Spanish for bon appetit. Please, we really murdered the pronunciation, but we really tried.
Bye.
Bye till next time.